Hey everybody, welcome back to episode 2 of Stupid Questions. So last week I voted in the midterm elections. You voted, right? So I researched my candidate. I looked up the 3 proposals for New York City. I was feeling pretty good. That is until I got into the voting booth and I saw that some candidates were listed under more than one party, which is the inspiration for this episode. Why are some candidates listed under more than one party on voting ballots? My first thought when I saw Kirsten Gillibrand listed 4 times under one section was, if I vote for her under that party, will it split the vote? Answer? No. No, it won't. I learned that this process is called electoral fusion. Electoral fusion, or fusion voting, or cross-endorsing, or open ballot voting. These are all terms for when a candidate is endorsed by more than one political party and they are listed more than once on a ballot. And apparently, only 8 states allow this. We got Connecticut, Delaware, Idaho, Mississippi, New York, Oregon, South Carolina, and Vermont. And here I thought it was just a nationwide thing. So now I'm curious, why did electoral fusion start? And why isn't it a nationwide thing? In the early 19th and 20th centuries, it actually was. Pretty much everyone used it. It was a way for smaller parties to have their voices heard against the larger, more popular parties. In New York City, for example, fusion voting was used to compete against the powerful Democratic political machine at the time called Tammany Hall. Side note, I legit thought Tammany Hall was a person. It's not. During this time, fusion voting started to give rise to smaller parties, like the Populist Party. The Populist Party was a small left-leaning party that merged with the Democrats in 1896, and it strengthened the Democrats' base. So naturally, Republicans did not like that, and it makes total sense. Their opponents were gaining more steam and more support from these smaller parties. So in the 20th century, Republicans began banning fusion voting and implementing voting restrictions. So these smaller parties no longer had a solid voice. So that's a brief, dumbed-down history of electoral fusion. So, why should we care? Every vote should count. And sometimes when you vote for a third-party candidate, it's essentially throwing a vote away. Yeah, I'm talking about those guys. But with electoral fusion, you can vote for the appropriate candidate while also expressing your discontent with the major party. If you've been upset with the Democratic Party lately, but you still want to support the candidate with liberal ideals, you can vote for said candidate under the Working Families section. That is, if the Working Families Party has endorsed them. And that's what I learned about fusion voting. Did that make any sense at all? If you have any questions or any topics that you want to learn more about, but you don't want to sound like an idiot, let me know. Comment below. I can be your idiot.